zero prep work done for this, but I'm sure we're live already, so that's already gone on air.
Yep.
Hey,
Hey everyone, if you're watching or not watching or watching this home later, this is Dave March, the Spy Guy, and my co-host Kev, as we are going to regale you with our top five. We do this show. It's our top fives of movies that from a particular actor who's known for, or director who's known for a particular series of movies. Like our first episode with Rutger Hauer, and we were
I love that guy. Love that guy.
The top five movies that were not Blade Runner. And now we're doing today top five movies for Lee Marvin that are not from the Dirty Dozen or the sequel that's a TV movie. So
the Dirty Dozen Strikes Again or whatever it was.
Yeah,
was that what it was?
Well,
Shit,
no,
that was a good guess.
It's a weird one because
Next Mission. Sorry.
Yeah, and then there's of course a whole bunch of TV movies made by. There's like 3 or 4 movies by Telly Savalas where.
Yeah, he took over.
Yeah, he takes over the Lee Marvin part.
And not being funny, Telly Savalas, I do like.
Mm.
You know, I mean, one of his best films, in my opinion, is probably Kelly's Heroes.
Yeah.
But that's an ensemble cast. You got Clint Eastwood, you got Donald Sutherland. You know, it is a proper great cast that sells the movie to you. But anyway, we're getting sidetracked by Telly Savalas. Sorry about that, folks.
Hey, for me, one of my favorite Telly Savalas roles is he's not the main character, but he shows up in Horror Express, which is a nice little Hammer-like movie made.
Was that the
Peter Cushing back in the late 70s.
Yes. No, I vaguely remember seeing that, like 86 or something on the. I know sounds like I'm pulling memories out my arse, but no, Peter Cushing always great, and I think that was sort of like something.
I own it on DVD, so I know what it's like.
Yeah. And in full disclosure, I don't think I own any. Well, apart from Kelly's Heroes, I don't think, and Dirty Dozen, I don't think I own any Telly Savalas or Lee Marvin movies.
Battle of the Bulge, which has Telly Savalas in it.
No, I don't know. I had Battle of the Bulge on VHS because, ironically, IRL, that was where my grandfather was made a POW. And my mum used to troll me and my brother every time it come on TV at Christmas time kind of thing, going, "Oh, look, you can see your granddad in the background." And we're like, where? You know, as you do as your kids.
Yeah.
And then I actually did find a historical record book in the public library, which actually has him given a medal by one of the royalty. I can't remember, it was a prince or something during World War II, because he was actually a desert rat.
Okay, well, that's pretty good too.
So yeah. Oh yeah, and the bastard was shot in the head and never talked about it. So
yeah,
all I know about
that's that generation. They just never talked about anything.
No, all I know is when he got very, very, very drunk, he'd complain about some bastard some German nicking his lucky helmet, because he kept the same helmet after the bullet went through it. So it kind of deflected and just shaved his scalp, shall we say? The bullet left a little indent. And then he got captured, and he was like, "Fuck, some bastard stole the fucking thing. They took it off me when they captured me, and they never gave it back." Oh, and also, by the way, for everybody who's watching, I'm going to give full disclosure. You might notice my headphones ain't quite on straight. I have been watching a very entertaining game of football. I might have had a quick 8 or 9 pints. I might be on my 10th right now. and I am also I have a should we say a rendezvous with a Swedish lady
Mhm.
on the proviso that they beat Ukraine in the match that is also on my other screen, as well as
Mhm.
yeah. So I do apologize, people.
Okay, so anyways, we're as we're want to do, we have not compared lists. This
Mm-mm.
one is completely. We have no idea what the other guy has said or chosen for in the lead up to these movies. We're going completely blind, so that's how it goes. So I'm going to start with my fifth movie. And Lee Marvin is known as playing like that one of these tough guy characters in lots of movies, but very few
Yes.
people know that he had or know that he is also was a big comedic actor who did a bunch of different movies. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to watch it. I just learned today that he got the Best Supporting Actor in Cat Ballou, where he played Jane Fonda's drunken uncle, the most drunken shot in the West. So that's definitely something. I'm not going to say that because I haven't seen that movie, but I did see one of his other movies, and that was a movie called The Great Scout and Cat House Thursday. And it is this weird little romp. They have I'll have to look it up here because I'm trying to remember the other actor's name, and it is. Let me look at here. Oliver Reed, Robert Culp's in this.
Oliver Reed.
Yes, Oliver Reed's playing a half a Native American, half white guy who is a bit of a pimp. And so what happens in this movie is that Lee Marvin is a former war hero who helped the cavalry catcher Geronimo. Lou Reed is playing his mining buddy friend, and they were scammed out of their mine by Robert Culp, best known from
God damn those claim jumpers!
yeah. So he ran off with the money, the gold from the mine, and with Lee Marvin's then character's wife. And it ends up like the two of them track down Robert Culp, who's now running for governor of like some eastern state. There's a whole bunch of small little nods to all sorts of craziness, like it's during the Taft presidential election, and they're like, I've voted Republican all my life, but I'm not going to vote for Taft. And there's just all this funny stuff that's happening during the course of this movie. And I mean, Oliver Reed's there as the big scout, and there's just this scam to kidnap Robert Culp's now wife, only to find out that she is. He's like, they come to him and said, "So if you've got to give us the money that you owe us, or we're going to, you'll never see your wife again." And he's like, "How about you just keep her? She's yours." and yeah, a comedic gem of a movie. And I found it online. If you guys want to go out and check out that particular movie, it's out there.
Are you hinting going sailing the seas, shall we say?
Well, not even that. I found it on the same place we're broadcasting now. So yeah, it's a great, fun little movie. I highly recommend if you guys got a chance. That was my fifth rated movie would be The Great Scout and Cat House Thursday, who is, of course, this very young girl who comes along for the ride.
Yeah. You know, because let's be honest. I mean, what year was that? That was 70. Oh God, no,
1976. A lot of the great movies are made during the 70s.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, excuse me, 1 second. Sorry, guys. Like I said, various unfortunate bodily functions will come out because I'm an orc, and mead has been flowing. All right, so my fifth, and excuse me again, like I say, I am woefully underprepared because, you know, as I like to say, life gets in the way.
Mhm.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, excuse me. I've got now a bit of gas here. Is my fifth was Sergeant Riker.
Mm. I did not get to see
Right?
that one.
No, you didn't.
Mm.
All right. It's basically it's during the Korean War. So he basically Riker is accused of defecting,
Hmm.
and it's this and then he's accused of returning as a spy, and there's a court mark. It's all sorts of yeah. There is there's a couple of good action scenes in it. For the times, shall we say?
Yeah.
But the overriding story of this whole thing is this man. He's dedicated his life to his country, and it's how he's dealing with the fact that he is kind of getting railroaded, shall we say?
Mm.
And it showed a bit of acting chops. I mean, because you got to remember. By the way, I'm in the UK.
Mhm.
I have been stuck here for the last 500 years or so.
Mhm.
So a lot of Marvin's earlier works, shall we say, or well, in this time frame, current works as well, were based around the Western.
Mhm.
So that was kind of what we got. If it was, well, fuck me. At one stage, we only had like 3 channels. So,
Mhm.
a late night movie came on and it was Western. You could almost be guaranteed Lee Marvin would be in it at some point.
Mhm.
But no, this one kind of it just well. Oh, hold on, Mike. Yeah. Oh no, I'm back. This one was kind of cool because I mean, they did some silly shit with this as well. So it just felt like it was more organic, shall we say? Yes, I know that I said they did some silly shit, but he was accused of being X, Y, and Z when he wasn't, but he was, but he wasn't. Think of a late 60s version of No Way Out,
Hmm.
which starred Kevin Costner.
Yep.
That, and again, like I say, different times, different kind of sensibilities. Shall we use that as a polite way of putting it? And I don't know, it just kind of appealed to me a little bit. Just as silly, goofy. Oh, he's not, but it's one of those kind of guessing game kind of things.
Mhm.
Oh my God! Do excuse me. Like I say, the mead is flowing.
Yeah. And one of the reasons why we do this is so that people will know what movies are out there that are different than necessary. You might we were more talking about doing like the top 5 Steven Seagal movies, and then we realized it was the same 5 movies just in a different order. But
Exactly. It was like no Hard to Kill, Nico, Out for Justice, Mark for Death, and Under Siege 1.
Yeah. But
and that was it. That was our top 5.
Yeah. And with someone like Lee Marvin, who you have this great range of movies, but you might not even know about these movies. Certainly, I just went through his IMDb today after watching about 5 of the movies and some of the ones I'm watching right now or on my list. But I was looking at this movie, and he did a movie with Paul Newman called Pocket Money, and I was like, Jesus, I wish I'd tracked that thing down before the show, but we only have so many hours in the day to do the research.
Sadly, we do.
And I found like 3 or 4 movies today that I could have watched beforehand. But there are definitely movies that I like on this list that I'm still confident of my 5 movies. So,
well, it's not a competition, Dave. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is to put it politely, it's 2 friends discussing an actor and sharing their personal picks. Neither person is right. Neither person is wrong because each person has their own opinions.
We're
And
allowed to have
thusly, we
our
can
own
get
opinion.
around YouTube with their, we're not committing hate crimes. We can disagree with each other. It's all good.
Okay, so my fourth pick was Point Blank.
Oh, you bastard.
Point Blank is one of these great. So we started getting these anti-hero movies that really come out of the 1970s of like gangsters who are instead of our enemies are the point of view character and the people who've been done wrong. And in Point Blank, he is Lee Marvin is playing this hitman
Walker.
Walker, who is betrayed by close people after doing a job and has his money and his wife stolen from him. And he goes on this quest to get his money back and to get revenge. And there's a lot of people who die along the way. And it's a great show to watch. It reminds me a little bit of that movie that Mel Gibson did a few years ago. But
Payback.
Yeah, except Payback's a lot more tongue-in-cheek comedian style.
Oh god, yeah.
More...
especially in Payback, the hammer scene.
Yeah, and in this one, it is straight up. We're not messing around, kind of stuff that we get to see from Lee Marvin's character in this movie. It's
it almost feels like Bronson should have been playing it, not Marvin. Do you know what I mean? It is. Yeah.
And you can also find out I'm wondering if there's a certain movie that's on Kev's list that has both those actors in it. And it's certainly true that apparently for Delta Force, it was originally Lee Marvin's role was initially offered to Charles Bronson, who turned it down.
Yeah, I had heard that, but I cannot confirm that one, so I do not. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, that's oh damn you bastard! Because no spoilers here, but that was actually my point number 3.
Well, I'll let you talk more about it. I will stop talking about it so you can have your chance to really get into it. But yeah, that is definitely although he does a number of these type of movies, I thought of that particular genre, that was the best of that kind of movie for him.
Yeah, the revenge kind of genre where you did this, etc., etc., etc. It's that was my third.
You can really get into it when you get to number 3. But what is your fourth movie?
My fourth movie was actually The Klansman.
Ooh, that one is much higher on my list.
Yeah. Reason I put it a little bit lower on my list is I don't want to get as dinged by YouTube, shall we say, for promoting The Klansman. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Just the title alone can get you fucking shot nowadays, shall we say?
Oh yeah. I'm amazed watching that movie. I was just amazed by the fact that nothing really quite like that ever happened during that time period. You would have thought more people would have. It's amazing that the civil rights movement really prevented from what happens in that final act of that movie from ever actually happening. I suppose the best way to describe it is it's kind of out of its time. Would that make sense to you? Yeah. Sorry, folks, if you are just watching, you've never seen it. It's out of its time because, oh God, when was it? Was it late? It was late fucking... like 74? No, it was early 70s, I'll give you that. I can't remember off the top of my nonce. And nonce, by the way, in the UK means head. As in, off the top of my nonce, my head. Off the top of my head. Because I know nonce has different connotations around the world. So, yeah.
I'm trying to avoid that.
Yeah, it was
And
made in
wow, my
1974.
74. Damn.
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on one sec. Sorry. Oh, for God's sake, Jesus, this fucking thing. Let me just. There you go. Look at that. I'm back.
Hmm.
Yeah. No, sorry. No, sometimes this whole remote camera thing just goes wrong, and it just. Oh, now I'm looking up all the time. I'm staring at David's lovely eyes, and I appear to be staring at the fucking ceiling.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. There you go.
There.
Right. I'm back, baby. I'm back. And by the way, yes, the headphones are deliberately off kilter because, yes. But yeah, no, the Klansman. It was just one of those. You didn't get at that stage. You know, the white man defending, and yes, I know somebody's gonna pull up something and say it's racialist or whatever.
Mhm.
But it was in those times, like it's the basic story, or the basic cut and thrust is a POC, should we say, to be correct nowadays, is accused of abusing a lady of a fairer color,
Mhm.
and he's defending him. Oh, guess what? Marvel, CW, all these people. Yeah, people defended the POCs way before 2016 or 15. So get over yourselves, fucking twats. Sorry.
Mhm.
But it was, I wouldn't say it was groundbreaking because they'd done that kind of before.
Well, the other thing that I really appreciated from this movie, it's a blaxploitation movie.
Yeah.
That's an interesting thing. I was like, I went into this thinking it was going to be kind of a more of a Western style, and then it's like, no, though the gospel music soundtrack at the beginning, I'm like, this could be across the 110th Street right here. I'm like, this movie was given the cast that's in it, and I'll talk more about that when it's my turn to talk about this movie.
Oh, you brought this one in as well, did you?
Yeah, no, this is my number 2. Like, this movie is. I was like, oh wow, I'm in for something a treat when I started watching it, and it was just like, I'll talk more about it when I get to my turn. But yeah, go ahead there, Kev.
But no, so yeah, I'm gonna try and get off my little rant about Hollywood at the moment, saying that you know the POC and the female was only created in the last 5 years. But it's just it's the journey that you go on with these two characters, which, especially in the times they were in, you would not associate together. You know what I mean? You'd be ostracized from either community for, you know, sticking up, for representing. If you get, you know what I mean? You would be fucking. Yeah, but your friends would turn their backs on you, no matter what character it is. They'd be like, "Bitch, what the fuck are you doing?" And like, no. And it was ahead of its time. I say ahead of its time. That's because in the 70s, certain people had that mindset. Most people didn't. Most people didn't give a shit, but certain people did, and they kind of played off of that side of things. To my mind, they played off the minority who had that issue. Do you know what I mean? And I'm sorry, I'm saying, do you know what I mean a lot, but you know, I did have a quick 8 meads, and I'm 2.5 in now since. And goddamn, Sweden is still 0-0. Sorry, people. Live update on the foosball or soccer or the proper fucking game of football, not the American handball. It's 0-0 between Sweden and Ukraine, and yeah, I have a date with a Swedish lady
I'm sure she'll date you if her team loses.
No, because then I've got a Slovakian who are not involved in this. But anyway, sorry, I'm not sexist. I appreciate the female form in all its glory.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it's either riding me or underneath me. Yes. Sorry, folks. Like I say, alcoholism is a bad thing. Don't drink, kids, and don't smoke. Or you could grow up to be, 1/10 the orc I am. Ha ha! You will all fail. Sorry, Dave. Sorry, I try and keep it PG-13 on your channel.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind. I'm sure the one viewer at home who's watching this appreciates everything.
Dude, go for it. It's watch time.
Oh yeah. So my third pick is a movie called Monte Walsh.
Oh.
So Monte Walsh is a movie where Lee Marvin is playing a cowboy along with I'll have to remember it because
cowboy again. See, he did get typecast for a long time. Mm. But then again, in all honesty, a lot of what Hollywood was doing was cowboy.
Oh yeah, like we're not the Western was like the great thing for a long time. It's a love affair for America. Jack Palance and Lee Marvin start this movie off together as a couple of friends who are making their way through the thing. But the movie is more just about the death of the cowboy and the rise of the railroads and people shutting down. So they start off they're kind of youngish people. They're having fun, living this cowboy lifestyle. And just as the movie goes on, situations tend to happen, and they're getting. It's kind of like, oh well, now you're not a kid anymore. You got to settle down, get married. Things happen, and just this kind of like the frontier's dying. You're all getting hemmed in, and where are we going to go? And if you watch, there's a TV show right now with Kevin Costner out called, oh God, I'm thinking about it.
A TV show with Kevin Costner?
Yeah. It's on, trying to remember what it's called. It was called Yellowstone, which is a show that has very similar themes to what this movie has. So it's just these, there's interplays between these cowboys and they're having fun and out doing all these crazy wild things. But there's a scene in the movie where a guy is coming down is riding his horse down a hill, and people are like, he's got to be crazy. And it's clearly that this cowboy is purposely committing suicide because he doesn't want to lose his job. And people are getting laid off, and it's like the ranching that people did before is no longer in existence. And you have to do you settle down, or do you keep trying to keep this lifestyle going for one more year? And it is really a great movie of just like the end of the West is being epitomized in this movie, and all the sacrifices that happen along the way, and just like, can you keep this lifestyle forever? And of course you can't. And things are, you're growing old, and people in the movie are growing old. So it's taking course over like a 10-year period. And yeah, it's just a real love story to the West. To the cowboy movies of the 70s that were going to be replaced by the action movies of the 80s.
And you cannot complain about the replacement with the action movies of the 80s, because the 80s and early 90s are the best action movies, which is why I kind of like the Expendables, because damn, man, they just, what can you say? They just captured the essence of it.
Yep. So, well, that's kind of my story for my number 3 pick. So, what's your number 3 pick?
Right. I just had to get that one out of there. Oh, sorry. There's one more coming. My number 3 is Hell in the Pacific.
Ah.
Right. Now, the reason I watched Hell in the Pacific is because, right, it was way before I managed to get a TV signal up in my penthouse cave. Yes, the cave is on top of a mountain. That makes it a penthouse cave. Is because certain other movies, like, for example, Enemy Mine, with Dennis Quaid and Lou Gossett Jr., they, yeah, and that was a sci-fi one. It kind of played the same movie. Well, it was the same premise, you know, and this one is basically he's fucking, it's him and a Japanese pilot stuck on a fucking I think it's
Toshiro Mifune, by the way.
What?
That's Toshiro Mifune, and he's a Japanese captain. He's a naval officer, not
really?
Yeah.
Shit. So it's even better.
I know, right? This movie did not get on my list, but it is pretty good.
No, but I think part of the reason why it got on my list is because I had seen things previously, like, for example, Enemy Mine. And then I started watching this one, and I was like, oh, hold on. I've seen this before. But this seems to come across as a better reenactment, you know, because yes, it's one thing. Yeah, like I keep bringing up Enemy Mine because that is such a fantastic movie. By the way, folks, if you haven't seen it, watch that shit because it's great. But I keep bringing up Enemy Mine, but I'm like, okay, I've seen this, but now this is more relatable because this was kind of, you know, this was set during a real event. If that makes sense. Yeah. You know, it's set during an actual thing that happened in the world that people lived through. That, well, at this stage, there are a couple of people that are still alive that lived through it. But it just made me feel it's like two people trying to survive, trying to get, you know, but they don't trust, and you know the lack of trust and the what's the words I'm looking for here? Sorry, I'm an orc. I don't use words very much. The
empathy that you get from these.
Yes, empathy. That's the word I'm looking for. The empathy and the camaraderie they build up over the course of the movie. To a point, shall we say?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the occasional point.
I think that's what I really liked about it is that ending that you're making alluded to. I was lucky to see the one where it's not where there's two different endings to the movie, so I got to watch it without the theatrical cut. So there's a slightly different ending from the a bit more ambiguous ending from the theatrical cut. But yeah, the fact that these two characters, I'm going to give away a little bit of the story. Lee Marvin is an American fighter pilot who crash lands on this island only to find that Toshiro Mifune's Japanese soldier or naval officer is on the island before him and has set some stuff, and they get into these kind of fights between each other.
Yeah.
And it's the Second World War, but they're relying on each other because they're the only people they know, right?
Exactly. That's the whole thing. It's like you're my sworn enemy, but hold on, there's nobody else fucking here, and I can't do all this shit alone.
Yeah.
So we need to find some way to work together, but still try and kill each other. But we can't kill each other because we need to work together. Yeah, it's this whole dichotomy of. You know, it's this whole dichotomy of practicality and morals, and you play fair by me, but I play fair by you, and it's this whole warring against what they've been told about each other, and going against their instincts from what has been trained into them, for want of a better phrase.
Mhm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, I appreciated this movie. I mean, I'm going to give Kevin's the only one. I'll give the ending. So the original theatrical cut apparently has them both being destroyed kind of off camera. But in the cut I saw, which was the original unedited, is that the two of them have kind of a fight and agree to go their separate ways.
Really?
Yeah, and that's kind of the situation. Like we've now managed to get back to a semblance of friendly alliance. Now let's go find our own units, and we will continue the war, kind of thing.
I haven't seen that. You need to send me a private link to that cut, because that is kind of, if you think about it, that's kind of what they would do as warriors. It'd be like, okay, we have helped each other, and we have respect for each other, but duty comes first.
Right.
So next time I see you, I'm fucking putting a bullet in you, or a fucking knife in you, or a entrenching tool, or a blunt rock, whatever it is, But we respect each other, so it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was your number 3. I believe I'm up for number 2 again. I'm now going to get to talk a bit more about the Klansman. This movie.
No.
So some things that we kind of skipped out on your turn. The fact is, the black guy who's causing all the trouble is played by none other than O.J. Simpson.
I really didn't want to say anything about that one.
There is, but what I really liked is that this is a very nuanced film in the sense that it really explores the problems with this stuff, because there's a lot of, like, the Klan is active in this county. Lee Marvin's character, you're unsure exactly what he comes across as a person who is interested in keeping a lid on things, keeping the peace as a peace officer, not necessarily choosing sides. So when he goes down to arrest the person of color who has been accused of the crime, the guy's like, why are you hassling, man? Because you've been accused of this, and if I don't place you in the jail, other people are going to get a hold of you first. And
they'll fuck you up first.
Wait, maybe I should. The safest place for me right now would be in jail. And just the nuance, but there's the mayor, who's obviously a member of the Klan, but is manipulating things for his own advantages. And he's like, all we want to do is just kind of keep everything under wraps. We just kind of these public officials whose job is not to be are more interested in keeping everything contained and not have everything explode everywhere. And they're watching certain forces on a collision course going to have this fight, whether they want to them or not. And I mean, like, what's his name? The mayor's like, look, I'm more than there's Richard Burton, the English actor, I believe is one of the people here, and his character is playing like a patrician person who of note, who has been along his family is in this area, the rich family that's an abolitionist side, but he's such a jerk to everyone in the town. No one will come help him in the end when
nobody gives a shit. Yeah,
like, if you weren't such an like Lee Marvin system, like, if you weren't such an asshole, I would probably have 20 guys right now who would be backing you. But you hate everybody. Because there's plenty of people in this town that hate the Klan just as much as you do, but you've been a jerk to them.
Exactly. And that's the whole thing. I mean, I didn't want to bring up the OJ thing, but it's the whole thing. It's like, no, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But you've made this an issue, i.e. the mayor. You've made this an issue. So, yeah, you're going to get shit for it now.
Yeah, and here's the things you can do to stop this situation from happening. And the guy's like, no, I can't do those things. And they're like, then I'll buy you out. Your property is valuable. I'll just pay for it. I'll write you a check, and you just get the hell out of here and go to California. You'll be happy there. And the guy's like, no, I'm not going to do that either. It's like, well, then you're going to die.
Leave, bitch. Move. What was that song years ago? Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Yeah. So it's just this. It's varying, but I like the fact that it's a nuanced movie. This movie is not shows all the different sides and what's happening, and I think that I wish more movies were made like this, and less within. Even like a movie like Mississippi Burning doesn't handle the nuance on this, but it's like, no, we're just trying to keep the lid on these things and not have it boil over into a war. But other forces are not interested in doing that, and I really appreciated seeing that. That's why I put this on my number 2. Lee Marvin also, I think, does a good job, and he has a speech somewhere in the movie where they're like, "What's going on?" The guy, he says to the guy, "Look. You don't know, but I wouldn't be he never comes out and says it, but he's like, I would not be the first public official to join the Klan in this area. So just to get public office."
Yeah. No, I think that was about, why am I thinking 1 minute 10? It wasn't 1 hour 10. It wasn't 1 hour 10. I think it was about 48 to 50 minutes in.
Yeah.
To the movie, he says that. Sorry, I'm going off memory from a long time ago. But no.
And also, another actor who's known a lot for like slumming in these movies, and the way that Bruce Willis now does slum through these movies, these action movies, is in this movie in an actually decent role. Cameron Mitchell, who's notorious for, like, if you ever watch Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst series, Cameron Mitchell's a guy they notice is in a lot of bad movies, but here he is playing a substantial role, probably one of his last major roles where he's given a chance to do something. Cameron Mitchell is playing the deputy sheriff who is the real racist in the course of the show.
Oh, no, he wasn't racist.
Yeah.
He was just misguided.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, he was a piece of shit.
And Lee Marvin's no Gene Hackman, but they were in a movie together, and I have been trying to find a copy of Prime Cut to watch.
No, I'd say, I will try and find you that. DM me after the show, and I will try and find you that. Oh, here's where it goes, and just DMs me now.
Yeah, but welcome to the chat there, Will Morris. Good to see you.
Oh, is Will in the house?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Hold on. Where's my man? Let me put up the chat here quickly. Yeah, Will. No, Will. I'm just gonna say this, right? Picard sucks. Star Trek Discovery is shit. I'm just saying those, by the way, Dave, so that he responds. And Lee Marvin was Gene Hackman before Gene Hackman was a thing. So
good way of describing it. Yeah,
Gene Hackman ripped off Lee Marvin. Gene Hackman took Lee Marvin's place. So
yeah, that's a good way, really good way to describe it.
Yeah. If you're saying Gene Hackman, then it's Lee Marvin reskinned as Gene Hackman. Mm-hmm. So yeah.
Will has to describe a movie that unfortunately I did not realize that he won the Academy Award for that movie.
Yeah, we covered that already.
I might have a different list, but I've also found like 5 or 6 movies today that I'm like, oh, well, I guess I can watch these. I finally found places to watch these.
Yeah. Not that we're encouraging anybody to look at things out of the box, shall we say?
Yeah, I found a
But
copy
no.
of like, Emperor of the North, for example, that I'm interested in watching probably tonight. So,
Ooh. Well, by the time we finish this lovely list, I'm going to be watching. What's it called? What's it called? Oh yeah, the inside of my eyelids. I went to work fucking early. I went and burnt down 2 villages early so I could get home in time to watch the England game. So yeah, and we won.
yep.
And it's 1-1 at half time, by the way, in the Sweden-Ukraine game. So not that anybody cares, because But anyway, is this my number 2 pick? This is my number 2 pick, isn't it? Sorry, we keep talking.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh God, no, that wasn't it. No, sorry, I'm just scrolling through. I have books. I have pages and pages of shit going on. All right, I'm gonna pick this one. Sorry, because I've got like a dozen different notes.
No problem.
And we said not the Dirty Dozen, yes?
Right? It can't be the Dirty Dozen.
Delta Force.
Okay.
My number 2 pick is Delta Force. Not because I did kind of say last episode he wouldn't, it wouldn't really count so much because he's more of an ensemble.
Mm.
But the more I thought about it, the more I thought he's the whole motivation behind it.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for him, no shit gets done.
Mm-hmm.
So it didn't feel right to put that as number 1 spot. I mean, Delta Force was, if I remember correctly, his last movie.
It is his last movie.
He died a few months later, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, after the release date, should we say. But just the fact that, he still had that such commanding presence. You felt to yourself that him and Chuck Norris, Chuck Norris is going down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I keep saying that. Jesus, this is why I've already had like 12, 13. But no, Chuck Norris is going down against him because he just rock hard. And yes, he was
it's one
kind
of the
of
finest movies of the 80s action movies ever made. One of the finest Golden Globus movies ever made.
Oh, Golden Globus. Oh, God. Sorry, Golden Globus were only second to Canon Cinema.
Mm-hmm.
Who brought us such great...
Future top 5 lists, by the way. Golden Globus and Canon. We're going to have some fun with those ones.
Okay. You're going to have to message me this shit because I'm not going to remember it because I am slightly pie-eyed right now.
Yeah.
And I'm admitting it freely. But, it was just like, it's like, fuck. This man, he's taken... oh Christ! Why am I forgetting the guy's name now? The character's name now. Rambo's commander.
Oh, yeah, I know who you mean.
Yeah, but he's taken the role of that commander, and he's just put steel jack boots on it and said "fuck you."
Mm-hmm.
Why am I? Dave, I hope you're looking it up. Rambo, Commander.
Oh, I wasn't going to. I was actually looking at Gene Hackman movies, but I decided.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Would you stop?
First Blood. Colonel. What's his name? It is.
While you look that up, I just have to say one thing.
As Colonel Troutman.
Troutman, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's like because you had Troutman initially in Rambo. Sorry, not even Rambo. First Blood. And he had First Blood Part 2, which was, I think, was 82, which was before Delta Force. And then you got, he comes in, he's like, oh, Troutman, right, fuck you, but I've got the double thick fucking steel toe cap boots. I'm going to kick your ass by just coming in and being completely over the top. Fuck you. Job done. Your ass is mine. You know what I mean? You ain't going to mess with me. Troutman, you're going to argue with. Me? No, not at all. Or was that just me from seeing Delta Force in like the 90s? Oh, and by the way, I just want to respond to something quickly. I am not dreaming of Mikey Spock, Space Jesus of the spatially transmitted disease abomination that is STD. Oh, God. That's all I have to say about Mighty Splock.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Dave. Have you ever watched Star Trek Discovery?
The first season, it was okay, but I hear it gets really bad in season 2, and I just didn't watch it.
Yeah, it gets even worse in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
And Will likes it.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite trolls.
Yep. Oh, well, we all need our trolls in our life.
No,
So
he's a good man.
one.
Oh, go on then.
My number one is you have to get the special edition reconstruction version of it.
Oh, no, you're making me work for this shit now.
It is the big red one.
Oh, you 1980.
The reconstruction, the one that has another hour of movie.
What?
This thing has nearly 3-hour long cut. It explains so much in that movie that was not there. And it, as far as I'm concerned, this is probably the best World War II movie ever made. Certainly from the Americans' perspective. The reconstructed cut is the best World War II movie. It's better than Saving Private Ryan. It's better than The Bulge. It's better than all these other movies. The only other movie I think I would put in the same category is got to be The Longest Day. I mean, and I'm World War II buff. This movie's the full cut is amazing.
Okay, Dave.
Yep.
Dave, sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt you quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I had that as number one, but I haven't seen the fucking hour extra long fucking super duper mega version.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Where the fuck did you get that from?
I was going through this little store during COVID, during the first Canadian reopening last year. I was going through this video store used, and I had heard of this. I couldn't find it, but I had heard of it. And I was going through, and it's like, oh, the reconstruction. And I'm like, oh my God, it is. Yeah, so it's got like an extra hour worth of footage. And it's been digitally remastered. There's all these alternate scenes and like documentary and all this other stuff, just explaining everything. And you know, in the movie where they say something like, we hadn't smiled in a long time. We really needed that day. Something happens that explains all that stuff. And it's, but the movie starts with the landing on the beaches in France. The only movie I've ever seen that covers part of the Tunisian campaign. It goes down into like Italy, the invasion of Sicily in Italy, and then into World War I. The scene in the Hurtgen, where it's like the forest literally out of Grimm's fairy tales. And he's just walking along and he's trying to shout out to the rest of his unit and he just can't find them and they just magically disappeared while he's
dude. Sorry, I'm just interrupting you right now because I loved that movie. I felt there was so much missing from it. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're telling me you've got a movie version of it that's an hour fucking longer?
Yep.
I need. Okay, all you're going to get from me from the rest of this fucking show, apart from, hey, Matthew.
Yeah.
But no, season 1 and 2 of Discovery was good to me. What I've seen of season 3, I don't care about. Yeah, no, season 3 really, really, really jumps the shark and goes on epic levels of bullshit.
Yeah.
That's Star Trek Discovery. You haven't watched it. I know I haven't watched the fucking hour-long version.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this movie has 47 extra minutes of running time plus still deleted scenes. This is the original theatrical cut.
Okay. Dave.
Mm-hmm.
If you will... sorry, no, I've got to be careful because we're on air at the moment. But if you'll find some way to send me a copy of this,
mm-hmm.
be it a physical DVD or something. Would you marry me?
I'll see if I won't have to do that, but I guess I could use British citizenship. That wouldn't be so bad.
Well, yeah, you'd be a British orc.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
By marriage.
Yeah. 47 extra minutes of this thing, and it just explains so much what was happening. There's stuff with that, like that Italian village that is like, oh, wow. And then the whole.
I like the way you're avoiding the spoilers. You're like the Italian village, and then wow.
Yeah, I I'm just pitching this to you. And I mean, let's face it, the scene when they take what was it? The camp. And the scene with the little boy at the end. I mean, it's...
You know you're killing me right now.
Yep.
You know you're killing me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, send me... Right, if it's an electronic me copy, or it's a fishing site, shall we say, you know, when you went onto the high waters that you found it, just fucking DM me the link, please.
Yeah, I will try and find you the link. I will try and find the missing link. But yeah, this I've talked a lot about this. My number one pick. Maybe you should like to talk about your number one pick.
Oh, well, no, that was my number one. I said it to you when you said I got.
I know, that's why I didn't get a chance to come in.
And it's like, geez, no, it's the humanity of. Oh my god! Sorry, I'm still thinking about that 47 extra minutes. But no, to me, it is the humanity of the story behind it. It's so great. I mean, fuck me. Yeah, everybody says Saving Private Ryan, for example, is the best war movie ever made. Right now, personally, I think Dunkirk's better than Saving Private Ryan. Mm-hmm. Right.
Saving Private Ryan's that first 20 minutes, and then the rest of the movie.
Yeah, exactly. It's the storming the beaches, and then the rest of it is like, hold on, you're selfishly putting all these people at risk for. Although they did kill, what's his name from Fast and Furious?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel, that's the one. They did kill Vin Diesel, so you know you got to give them props for that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the sniper got the movie Battlefield Earth. So yeah, we'll you killed Vin Diesel. You created Battlefield. You gave the platform to create Battlefield Earth. Yeah, okay, it swings and roundabouts. But no, I mean, I compare it to Hamburger Hill for the emotional impact.
Yep.
And you know the general fucking visceral nature of, well, yeah, it's slightly older, so you didn't quite have the same visceral nature, but you still feel everything that's going on around. You know, and it just, oh, fuck. And you've got another 47. Sorry, I'm fixated on this now. You've got another 47 fucking minutes. It's not the. Oh, sorry. It's not. Oh, gee. 47. Where the fuck? Seriously, dude, stop playing with your phone and stop playing fucking Final Fantasy 7 online or whatever it is. Oh, was I right? Was it Final Fantasy 7 online?
It's a Looney Tunes game. A MOBA game. What is it?
But no. The only film I kind of felt that into and embedded in it was something like Hamburger Hill.
Yeah.
Because it's the character arcs, it's the character stories, how they all deal with all this. You know, yeah, you're Saving Private Ryan's. Yeah, fucking first 20 minutes, amazing. Had the vets crying in the cinema. Right now, not being funny, I wouldn't put fucking vets in the cinema to watch my cinematic take of it. Because that's just disrespectful anyway. But then you really need to just no. It just felt real. I suppose that's one way of phrasing it. Sorry, folks, I am 13.
I got a copy on Amazon. It's $6.
Hmm?
I found you a copy on Amazon for $6.
Really?
Yep.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to go and right. Oh, I have to deal with that.
And you know what, guys? We're talking about Lee Marvin a lot in this one, but this movie is also, I think, in my opinion, Mark Hamill's finest work.
Mark Hamill. Sorry, no. Mark Hamill.
Yep. I think he does a better job in this movie than he did as Luke Skywalker in Star Wars.
No. Mark Hamill's best work is as the Joker.
Yeah, live action, guys. I'm not going to talk about
Yeah. You see, now you're pulling live action. Now, Mark Hamill's best work is as the Joker. I mean, second place runner-up is actually as the detective in Mutronics.
Okay, I haven't seen that movie.
Well, it was the American version of the Guyver live-action manga.
Oh, okay.
It was entertaining. I think I've got it on DVD. I know I had it on VHS. And, yeah. Mark Hamill was a detective in that one, and but no, his best is definitely. I was being sarcastic, by the way, when I said the Mutronics thing, just in case anybody in the audience didn't get it.
Yeah,
but no, his best performance is as the Joker. I'm sorry.
Anyways. That's our list, and once again, Kev and I have magically mind melded into one being with our number one pick.
You mind melded with me.
So
I am in control. Ha! Sorry. So I got a bit close to my camera then. I do apologize.
So, anyways, those are our picks. I'm thinking of an actor who was mentioned earlier in the stream as our next pick, and I'm thinking Gene Hackman, not Unforgiven.
Oh God, Gene Hackman, not Unforgiven.
Do you think there's a better role that he should be chosen to be eliminated from?
That's what I'm thinking of, because he's had some
I mean, like Hoosiers is one that comes to mind for me.
Well, Luther, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Lex Luthor.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, you know what? Why don't we just eliminate the Superman trilogy? Or yeah. So yeah, easily done. Gene Hackman movies that are not Superman or not Lex Luthor. And that gives us a huge list to go through because you got
stuff in the 70s, I'm just trying to think.
Like Night Moves, that's going to be on my list. But then you go all the way into the 90s when you're going to have movies like freaking Enemy of the State. You have a huge range of roles there to choose from.
Oh, I know one of my top 3 already. Well, it's possibly top 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Already. And, that's not counting the Supermans, obviously, because we're going to discount the Supermans. But, no, I think that would be number 2, possibly. No, actually, no. Ooh. So I'm going for. Sorry, you hear those weird sound effects? I'm going through mental lists in my head, and I'm like, yes, no, yes, nope. So, but no, fucking Gene Hackman. That is a good goddamn one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. So, what are we talking? 2 weeks today?
Yep, 2 weeks today, guys. So tune in a couple weeks to see us, and maybe Bob will finally show up, or maybe we'll find someone else to come in. Maybe we should ask.
Hold on, let me just check the Twitterverse. Let me have a quick butch. No, Bob is not doing that, and Bob is not responded on the other thingies as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe we should see if Chris wants to come on.
We can ask Chris.
Mm-hmm.
I'll mention it to him in the next team meeting.
Yep.
Which is, fuck me, we talk every fucking day anyway. I'm sure he's watching somewhere. Yeah. He's probably lurking. He's not talking at all because, this is Chris and, he's a twat.
Well, I hope everyone enjoyed the show today, and I know that Kevin wants to desperately get to sleep, so maybe we'll cut it out. Maybe it's good that Bob wasn't here, and then we didn't range into like 3-hour discussion. So
no, I would have still gone. I just hated you all tomorrow when I get up.
Mm-hmm. So why don't we let you get going there, and I got a couple things to do before dinner. So,
right, guys in the chat. Please,
thanks for coming in. It's been fun.
Like, share, subscribe, hit the fucking whatever it is, the bell or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Leave a comment below. Also, fuck it. Share it with everybody you know because misery loves company. So come on down, guys. And yeah, apparently 2 weeks time, Gene Hackman, top 5 movies that are not Superman.
Okay.
All right, guys. Let us.